Hey guys, Marshall here again. Uh, this episode I think is a start of reflecting a little bit about some of my videos, and I'm sort of talking about the spectrum of different things and sort of finding out where you're at. But I actually feel like I need to add a few more components to the spectrum to really help, I guess, find out where you're at. Because if I just talk about one end of the spectrum, this video is on like having a closed and narrow mindset versus having a big picture mindset. And so if I just can include one side and the other side, like, it's not really going to uh, be as effective. And I want these sort of this idea to sort of grow a little bit more into not just like expression, but actually like a fundamental um, little like spectrum bar where I can put up some sort of uh, actual gauge to where you're at, and something that I'll just continue reusing whenever it's really fundamentally sound. Um, so so we're going to start out on the left side here, and you have a closed and narrow mindset. You don't really see the possibilities of where taking action can take you, no matter what it is. And you can also be at the effect of external factors kind of helping aid into that idea that your success is kind of like hopelessness or hopeless. And so if that's where you're at, and that's where I actually was at several years ago after I had my accident and I became paraplegic. I had closed my mind off to certain things, exercising, the possibility to find monetary success and deal with an elephant in the room, different things, social success, closed-mindedness, and so what's the next step to take yourself out of that closed-mindedness and for me, I don't know if this is a jump, but it's to me it's some sort of strategy. It's some looking at a way where you can create some strategy that makes sense to you, and that's just like a big start. That's a big start. What is, like, evaluating, writing down like a strategy and seeing where you can make steps towards that on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, and really get something going. Because unless you start this strategy, you're not going to even I guess be accept it, or accept the big picture into your mind. So once you get the ball rolling, it's a big challenge to basically stop yourself from a standstill, or start yourself from a standstill, and create some sort of momentum with a strategy. And then you need to see if you can also like fine tune that strategy and improve the strategy, whatever it is you're trying to do. And that's one example of why business plans are so important, because a lot of people don't really, if you don't create a business plan before you start, creating a business, you end up learning the hard way that you don't have a good enough strategy, and you're not even necessarily testing a strategy. You're just kind of winging it in a way. Which, honestly, if you're winging it and you're just kind of going at it in a random way, that's actually probably better than just having a closed mind. But you're still kind of on that lower spectrum of not finding out what the strategy is and then improving on it, and also auditing that strategy in a way, reflecting on it. And once you do that, then you can sort of analyze how it fits into the big picture. Um, so, so as the reflecting part and the auditing part is really important in a lot of aspects. For me, when I think about my investing success, I like to write down the where my investments are starting and what sort of mindset do I have and how long I want to keep an investment, and that's kind of just journalized. And oftentimes it's like something I think about and I don't even journalize it, but it would be more uh, important to like write those things down and see what it is that's working for you and what it is and isn't. And um, the first step is kind of like writing down the strategy, where it starts from, where you'd like it to be, and then you basically create like an exit strategy for sometimes if it's like a short-term investment. Um, Most people would say your investment should be geared towards the long term. So that would be that would be the big picture, and gearing your investments for something that you could hold 5 to 10 years down the line or even longer. Those are the very solid compounding good companies where you're just trying to get gains on a yearly basis. Um, so in that spectrum, when I think about myself in investing, um, I I haven't been, I gotta be honest with you, I haven't been as focused on big picture, and so I'm strategizing and I'm auditing and reflecting, and I'm realizing that a lot of my investments aren't geared towards the long term, but a lot of them are. Who knows? Maybe I could hold them for 5 years. I don't really know for sure, but I'm involved in crypto right now, and there's a lot of currencies that can sort of lose their value over like a couple year period. But I do have most of my portfolio geared towards strong projects, and then as I reflect on the weak projects I got into, some of them just kind of went to zero in a way. There's a few of them that went to zero. I even got rug pulled at one point in time. So there was a couple situations where I had some serious negative feedback, and I haven't ignored it. And so it's in the back of my mind, but it's not ruining my big picture because I feel like it actually, even in the short term, it hasn't. These ones that I went to zero that I had a couple $100s in, because they were really risky ones. I don't put more than a couple $100s in something that's really risky. Well, I do, but I just believe in those ones more, I guess. But these ones in particular, that was some serious negative feedback. And if I didn't have that sort of big picture outlook, and if I told somebody else about that and they gave me feedback that wasn't geared towards the big picture, then I probably would, look towards finding maybe like an exit out of the crypto scene. But really, I see the big picture. I actually got in to a lot of projects in a bear market, and so that was a very easy way to sort of see that I was getting in at a lower value, and in the big picture I could make some serious gains. And honestly, in the cryptocurrency markets and stuff like that, besides mainly Bitcoin, Bitcoin is actually one of those ones that could be a 5 to 10 year hold if you really believe in it. And so most of the stuff that I hold is maybe like a 1 to 2 to maybe even a 5 year hold. But I want to gear myself towards those investments more and I'm very comfortable with I'm very comfortable with a lot of the positions that I'm in, and a lot of that is because of not only the strategy of what I thought was going to work, but also the fact that they did work and they did improve in value because I got them at the lower side of the market cycle. And honestly, the market cycle to me is actually a good example of of like a closed mindedness to open mindedness, because during a sort of like a recessionary period, you're going to see a lot of people pulling their money out, a lot of people closing their minds on the possibilities, and that's actually like a great opportunity to buy things. So whenever you realize where you are in that market cycle, and you can think about where that the big picture of the market's going to take you over the next couple years. You know, markets cycles, they last several years, and so I think it's actually like a lot of people would estimate like it's a 4-year cycle usually. That's pretty uh, big picture in a way in cryptocurrency. A 4-year buying in something and then holding it for 4 years. I can see myself having a good bit of options that'll last 4 years, which is what you're geared toward, um, and yourself should be geared towards some sort of like a 5-year plan, uh, and so you really do need to get some sort of a ball rolling just so you can sort of have a better picture of what your 5-year plan is going to be and what you're actually going to focus your time and energy on in those 5 years, and reflecting on those on like a weekly basis might even be more important than a daily basis. So you think about a lot of feedback that you're going to get on a daily basis. In investing, you get a lot of all kinds of different feedback. If you're socializing, if you're working for a company, you get all kinds of different feedback on a daily basis. Now, really what's important is what you get done by the end of the week, or what you get done by the end of the month. And if those sort of improvements are really part of your goals towards whatever, your 5-year plan is, or your are they goals met towards improving your beliefs about yourself and what you're capable of? So yeah, this is a really important aspect today. This is a really good. This went pretty well. So we've got a bunch of different examples, mainly a great comparison with how business works in market cycles and investing, and to see how you can handle this psychological feedback that you get, that doesn't crush what your goals are trying to be, because there's going to be all kinds of different external factors and all kinds of feedback that may be counterintuitive to what your big picture is. And so if you don't have the big picture, you're just basically just floating around in limbo, basically, and just bouncing off of all these external factors, some of them stronger than another, and some of these external factors might be even stronger than what your belief is in the big picture. So it's like really important for you to establish like plans on a yearly basis, and a monthly and a yearly basis, and even like a 5-year basis, as you sort of develop a strategy and fine-tune that strategy and gear towards whatever plan you have. This is going to be a great way for you to sort of take control of yourself and build yourself up, and take that accountability, so that you can reach whatever your big picture is. And for me, I've actually created some belief systems or belief concepts that I'd like to even focus on the rest of my life. Really, I'd like for basically be this content that I'm giving out, this content to be almost like a form of consulting and mentorship that can be something I do the rest of my life as a way to give back to all the people that have positively affected me, all these different people that I see online that want to be mentors. I want to soak in the stuff that they know, and maybe even improve on it in a way. If I can develop these spectrums, this is kind of like a year long goal of mine that I just kind of developed recently over the last couple of days. Is like, I'd like to have some serious visuals for you guys to see the spectrum at which I'm talking about, and then be able to post that at the end of the video. And so something that really makes sense. Maybe I even put that in as a thumbnail. Maybe I can go back and change the thumbnail of this video so that whenever you pop into that video, you can see that spectrum that we're going to talk about on a given day, and see where it is that you lie in that. And it's really up to you to sort of establish where it is, and take that accountability and figure out where you are, because there's no shame in, I think a lot of people find shame in establishing where they are and how far they have to go, but just know that you're going to sort of take you're going to start creating some momentum and be comfortable that you're just kind of in practice, and you are capable of that goal, and you are that person. You just need to continue practicing and improving. And so if I was to be, let's say, who knows, and you never know what's going to happen. Let's say I make $1 million in the next 2 years off of cryptocurrency. How would I be different now than I am then, based off of me just holding investments and things like that? There's not a lot of difference. There is just a difference in the outcome, and there's a difference in the feedback. So obviously that would be a great feeling to get that sort of feedback, make $1 million off of investing, which I don't really even think is that out of the question. But that's not really what my goal is. It's not really a monetary goal. It's more like, how can I improve the fundamentals to be geared for the big picture, and how can I strengthen myself as an investor, as a mentor, consultant, a friend, and a good motivator to my family, a good person that someone that passes on a certainty of my own potential and a certainty of others' potential. And so I'm in practice, guys. I'm expressing myself. I'm doing what I can on a daily basis, and I'm really enjoying it too. I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like somehow I could do better in expressing that I'm really enjoying talking to you guys today. I think my voice and tonality, everything sounds good, but I am really happy. I'm really happy at where I am and where I'm going to go. And I want you to be happy with that too, and find a way for that to sort of come out of you and come out into your expression and everything like that, so that you can really not only see the big picture and all this stuff, but also see the big picture in improving your spirituality and your ability to hone all the aspects of the chakras, and be able to put forth your best perception of the world, your best ability to express yourself, the best form of yourself physically, and just bring it all together and create a very grounded, strong individual that's focused on the big picture. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you for watching this. Thank you so much, and please like and subscribe to the video. Please share it with somebody that may need this, and I'll be back again with another video very soon. Peace.